Well, more fallout tonight from the pandemic as the expiration of federal aid threatens to put crucial resources in jeopardy, and food banks across the country try to meet unprecedented demand.
According to Feeding America, it's a nonprofit network of food banks. About 1 in 9 people struggle with hunger in the United States. During the pandemic, the nonprofit estimates that number has grown to 1 in 6 Americans, and more people are seeking help. 4 out of 5 food banks nationwide are serving more people now than they did a year ago, and staffers are left to find new ways to keep shelves stocked. In a story you'll only see here on News Nation, correspondent Marky Martin visited the North Texas Food Bank in Plano, where the lines have never been longer.
There's been a lot of pressure on food banks this year, and I am standing in the belly of the beast that is North Texas Food Bank. 100 million pounds of food have come and gone from this location this year alone. And employees tell me that if this pandemic continues much longer, 20 million pounds could be on the chopping block in 2021. For many food banks, it all starts in a place like this. A massive warehouse, shelves sky high with the canned goods and produce that eventually make their way into the hands and trunks of people like Annie Walker.
They asked me, where do you get these boxes and oranges and apples from? And I say Texas Food Bank.
We showed up to this church parking lot turned distribution site. Before 9 a.m., hundreds of cars waiting their turn to be fed.
What this is actually is a disaster distribution. This is a mobile way to get a lot of food into as many cars as possible in a safe way.
Dr. Valerie Hawthorne oversees government relations for the food bank. The pandemic changed everything, from a dwindling volunteer and donation base to the number of Texans that they serve. Before COVID, they would dish out about 30 million pounds of food a year. In 2020, it's 100 million.
And to put the finances of that, we are spending about $3 to $4 million a month to purchase food. Last year, we spent $5 million in total.
Part of their swelling supply made possible through 2 USDA programs that are sunsetting with no signs of renewal. The Food Purchase and Distribution Program and the Farmers to Families Food Box Program, which expires December 31st as part of the CARES Act.
So we were hoping for some type of boost or a reauthorization of any of these policies that would help us get more food out to the community. We haven't seen that, but in the new stimulus bill, which still hasn't been signed, there are some provisions in there that will help food banks, but we're still going to have a gap left over from the ending of these programs.
And that will come in the form of 20 million pounds of food, or 18 million meals for the Dallas area organization alone, a gap that food banks in every corner of the country will face in some capacity. According to the nonprofit Feeding America, food banks nationwide distributed more than 4 billion meals since the start of the pandemic. That's enough food to feed every American, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for just over 4 days. Because of COVID, about 50 million people are facing food insecurity. The lines for food have never been longer. For North Texas Food Bank, 40% of these vehicles are visiting for the first time.
If you look at the type of cars that come through the food line, they don't add up with people who would need food.
Pastor Oscar Epps opened up his church lot to help feed locals. A new form of ministry. People who have never had to ask for help, now waiting patiently for their cardboard box.
But then when you hear the stories, the higher up you are in a company, the quicker you are out the door in that same company. And it is people like that who you're helping.
And it means a loss to you because you don't have what everybody else has.
And from the incoming Biden administration, employees like Dr. Hawthorne ask this.
There are established programs out there that function and they're great for food bankers, and we just don't need any new ideas infused into this. We just need the resources to be put into programs that already exist.
Merry Christmas.
Reporting in Texas, Marky Martin, News Nation.